right, let me roll up these windows so we can hear clearly. I'm gonna catch everybody up on this. Right now, we are headed inbound to a shop. Why? Because that violence is on the back. If you're new here, I've been trying to rebuild violence from an incident that happened a while ago. Violence was a perfectly fine operating motorcycle that I've been having a blast on. Track days, back roads, all of the sort. I've rode it a couple of times. I took it on an outing the other day after I installed a tuned ECU. Reputable company. I don't know what happened, but the motor's hurt really bad in like a couple minutes worth of riding. The clip was 4 minutes and 30 seconds long, and at the end of the 4 minute and 30 second long clip, we got a nice poof. So bike does still fire up and produce some power. Definitely seems low on compression. I'm not a mechanic. Y'all know I do wrench a little, so I'm taking it to people that will do it. I personally don't really have the time all of the time. So this is going to ensure that whatever's wrong, we find out. We're not pointing any fingers at nobody. We just want to find out what's wrong. Because guess what the bottom line is? I can't ride violence. So F everything else that might be the reason why. Let's just get the solution and get violence back on the road. Cause I want to ride her. She looked mad good, yo. That's like having a girl that looked mad good and then all of a sudden she come down with a cake. You know what? I'm gonna shut up. But yeah, it's like that, whatever you thought. So we're headed to the shop. I'll pick back up once we're at the shop. Let's recover violence, yo. It's hot. I'm rolling my windows back down, turning my AC back on. I'm going.
Didn't turn the oven off.
Damn, yo, this is the first time I've even gotten on this thing since the track day. I guess let's talk about this R1, yo. It's a real problem. It's a real issue. This is something that can't be fixed really quickly. But first, let's just enjoy some riding. So I got on my gear right now. I typically don't wear my gear, but I don't know, whatever. We just got it on. I've spent so many miles on the R3 that these bikes feel foreign to me now. So the R1, it definitely got hurt. We thought it was just something really simple, and I kind of felt stupid at first when we first mentioned it. So stunters, like even with this bike, all the years that I was on this bike, I would put a little bit under a quarter of additional oil in this bike. So when we were wheeling it and I was doing slow wheelies, and we didn't want to oil starve it, but I never encountered getting the oil shooting into my airbox. So I never knew how that felt. I never knew that experience. My boy said, yeah, it felt like engines blowing and all of that shit. I never knew. Now, I would be great to report to y'all that that's what happened, but that's not what happened. Now, we did kind of think that that was going to be the case. Apparently, R1s love to blow oil. You have them a little bit overfilled. Now, conflicting information, because I did look it up. What is the oil level that you put it at when you do your oil change? You know the capacity, but you know what the track guys do, what the track guys use. Everybody was always saying right up to the sight glass, the top of it. Not all the way, but just enough of it, right? And that's what I did. That's how I've had the bike, because really I only use the bike on the track for the most part. I don't get out and ride too much. So Again, I must state that not pointing fingers at anybody or anything. I don't know the cause. I'm not aware of what ended up happening yet. They're taking the bike apart and they're letting me know what it is. And from there, we'll have a plan of attack. But as of right now, we don't know. So could it be a coincidence that as soon as I put the ECU on, I noticed that the change in idle, it kind of was like, man, that sounds really different. If you've noticed in the video, I even mentioned it because of the simple fact that I was like, should it change like that? Should it sound like that? You know, I don't know. I have no clue. I've never mailed in a tune. And I'm getting hit by so many bugs, yo. Damn. I'm getting hit by a ton of bugs. I see a clear path. So there's no pointing fingers at SDU unless we find out 100% substantial truth that there was a blunder made on the tune or something. Other than that, it just is what it is. We're gonna label it a coincidence, and that's all. A whole ass buzzard. Oh God, that's like a quarter mile.
This has been an absolute exhibition so far by Fabio Quartararo. An absolute masterclass from Quartararo.
So I have my bike over at ARC. This guy hit me up on Instagram in the DMs a while ago, and so he was like he was gonna help me out if I needed anything, and I told him, hey, I just got a Superbike Unlimited tuned ECU, and I'd like to see how much power the bike actually makes versus what is claimed. And he said, yeah, no problem. And he also told me that he could help me pull a couple more horsepower out of the R3. If I'm going to bring down both of those bikes, I'm going to bring this bike down to get run on the dyno and see what it looks like as far as horsepower, because we don't know what this bike makes. I know what it should make, but we don't know what it actually does make. We just know it's pretty quick. I mean, the guy seemed pretty cool, and I think I have seen him around at Sonoma Drift doing content, doing media. He does do some media as well. Matter of fact, actually, as well as them working on the bike, I think he said he was gonna record some of the footage or whatever that I may need to use for the vlog to update you guys on stuff. So anyway, ARC in Petaluma, Sean Nelson, he's helping me out, and you know, it's just everything happens how it happens, and everywhere that I end up, in every position that I end up, it's like everything's a coincidence. So the people, places, and things I've been encountering are they just come at the right times. So this is really cool. It's gonna cost me some bread, just like the RX-7. And 2 of my main sugar stains is down. And I mean, I will tell you, this is my favorite bike, right? I love this bike. This is my jam. But that R1 is so good. It is so freaking good, man. I'm like addicted to it. And I want it to be running as it needs to be. So, damn, it's super windy. I'm not gonna lie though, when it first happened, I was like, oh my God, I'm selling this bike. And I'm not over it by any means, but I just don't want the drama. I think it's really weird because this is what's testing me, right? I've had such a drama-free life with all of my stuff, and for the last 10 years, I've had literally zero things go wrong with my equipment. So I was just like, man, I don't want no fucking problem. But, woo, man, but it's really not about the problems. This is what this shit's all about. Whoa! Like the MotoGP shit. So essentially, right now, I just got a message. Compression on the leak down test shows cylinder 1 and 2 are hurt. Cylinder 3 and 4 are okay. He said, fingers crossed, that that's all that it is. He's gonna check in on some more stuff. Hopefully that is all that it is. And man, I want a mob. But I don't. I do, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? Bad-ass nigga. I thought that was the police, that's why I set it down. I was up there getting that balance point off. Motherfucking so windy, the bike was waving around. So to put a cap on this episode, we'll sum it all up. Bike's hurt, don't know why, but we're going to fix it. It's at ARC Power Sports in Petaluma. So we're gonna try to get it sorted there. Sean is breaking into it. He's gonna find a little bit more. He's going to explore, and we're gonna see what it turns out to be. We're just gonna have this fixed ass bike doing fixed ass things. I'm gonna hang out here on my old school beach, looking at the city over there, looking at these boats held up by the docks. And I'm going to chill. So I'm going to give y'all 2, and this episode's over with. I'll catch y'all on another one.